Greetings, welcome everyone. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever you are. So we are here today. I am joined by Case uh, Fofana.
Yeah.
Which
Hello.
one is this?
Do you hear me? Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, so I touched something, a video by mistake. That's why. Okay, so yeah, I was saying I am here today, joined by my brother Case Fofana from Senegal. He's a
Mhm.
diaspora, African diaspora, or
Yeah.
Senegalese diaspora, how you may put it. And he has joined us a number of times already here at Connect Africa to bring us an analysis on what's happening
Mhm.
in Senegal.
Yeah.
Well, for today, we are going to look at Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko's visit
Mhm.
to Mali. So we specifically look at, his conversation with the Prime Minister and also the briefings that he gave after his meeting
Mhm.
with the president. So, my brother, Case Fofana,
Yeah.
welcome.
Welcome, sister. Yes, thank you, sister. I'm really happy to be here again to try to make things better clearly to your followers. Yeah. So it is always a great pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I really, I'm happy you used that word to bring clarity because there's always, after this, the new ruling party came to power, there are people have doubts.
Mhm.
People have doubts because people follow what's happening.
Mhm.
Africans in general,
Mhm.
Africans,
Mhm.
Pan Africans,
Mhm.
and to clarify that doubt, that's why we need you here. But
Mhm.
today it's not really so much doubt. Okay, we have seen him. Me personally, I'm very happy. Yesterday we reported it here at Connect Africa. The reaction was good, but of course, yeah, there are some questions. Now let's go into it before you know. Without further ado, because it's a bit late already.
Yeah.
Now, if I may start, with my own reflection, this time, President Diomaye Faye has been in the Sahel region or in the Alliance of Sahel States, Mali and Burkina Faso. And after that, that was like the closing of his tour in the Sahel. And
Mhm.
then after that, what we have seen is his trip to France twice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now this time, and we were asking all the time, where is Ousmane Sonko? Where is Ousmane Sonko? Okay.
Yeah.
Now with all the questions, uh, why this time Ousmane Sonko? I mean, after such a long time,
Yeah.
was sent. I believe was by the president order uh, to Mali. Do you think that Diomaye Faye, the president of Senegal, has realized somehow that people are doubting his popularity is getting less and less?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so. And this is the first trip of Usman Sonko. So this first trip, he went in where it is, Paul Kagame's country, Rwanda.
Rwanda, yeah.
Yeah, after being in Rwanda, he decided to visit Mali. So, Pan African are uh, fighting their power. They are complaining for their position. And I do believe that they realize that now is time to make things clear. And also because of what the ambassador of Ukraine said uh, in the context. This is a context, and they need to go and make things clear to Mali authorities. And this is a good opportunity, I think, they took to make everybody knows that Senegal will never be a country where Western countries will decide to destroy countries like Mali, Burkina, or Niger.
Okay, stay there. I just where you said, because I have a follow-up question where you said they need to make things clear. Maybe
Yeah.
there is something that I missed, like the Ukraine ambassador who is sitting in Dakar, the
Dakar. Yeah.
ambassador, Ukraine ambassador to Senegal, has shared something on his Facebook.
Really.
So while he's being a representative of a government, that's that video was what, and is that the message what Ousmane Sonko wanted to convey to Mali?
Yeah, yeah, because many people was doubting on the real position of Senegal, if Senegal is still a neo-colonial country where France or other countries will every time or still using their influence to destroy iOS. So there was a need to make these things clear, and yeah, they do call the ambassador of Ukraine to um, make him knows that we will not let this kind of behavior happen in our country, because Mali is our neighbor and we have a strong relationship to prevent. So yeah, after that, I think he do say that the president condolence was presenting was yes was regretting what happening and the death of Malian soldiers and Russian partners. So I think this is something he do to peaceful, to make things peaceful between our two countries.
Okay, so just to convey that Senegal has questioned the ambassador, and then yeah, they are in alliance when it comes to this with Mali, that they don't allow such a thing. This and
Yeah.
that. Okay. Now I want to share. I just want to, before moving to the next question, I want to say this to our audience. Thank you very much, all of you who have tuned in. Case our brother Case Fafana, he has his own platform, Case Faf TV. I'm gonna share the link here in the chat section. And he's more comfortable to talk in French, but more so in Wolof, I believe. He's a bit out of his comfort zone, but your English is very good. He's
No.
always worried. So I just wanted to tell you
Yeah.
that. But please don't worry. I know you are going to ask me later. Yeah, so now I want to share this video. This is Ousmane Sonko meeting, I think first the Prime Minister of Mali. So I will stop it when I want to ask, and then yeah, we continue like that.
Okay, let's go.
Présenter nos salutations.
To present our greetings and also to show solidarity with the Malian people for this fight that they are leading.
Une lutte légitime pour sa
A legitimate fight for their sovereignty, and also a fight against this very cowardly phenomenon that we call terrorism.
Et vous assurer que
And I assure you that nothing that could destabilize Mali will come from Senegal, in any case, not in our region.
Okay, so I want to stop there, and that phrase has caught my ears. Nothing that destabilize Mali will come from Senegal.
Yeah.
From where this sentence comes from? Has Senegal tried this before?
No.
Or is there no? I mean, I'll give you the opportunity to answer.
Okay.
Or was there that, of course, something that's not to the public has happened in the conversation that allegedly maybe Senegal has cooperated with such a thing that destabilizes this? Like, where, what is the background for that statement? That's all.
Do you call it sanction? Sanction?
What ECOWAS did against
yeah,
sanction. Yeah.
Okay, so Senegal was part of this sanction, and he do explain it. So when Macky Sall was the president of our country, we do belong to those who has taken all of these sanctions against Mali, Burkina, and Niger. And this is something, how do you call it, regrettable. Is something, okay, that we are not proud of. You understand? So yeah, he is convincing them that even though we are into ECOWAS, we will never take this kind of decision because this is not a solution to help these countries to tackle all the stuff they are dealing with. You understand? So yeah, this is in this opportunity he do talk like that.
Okay, so yeah, this is from this context you are.
And also, please, if I can add, also what happened with the ambassador, with Ukraine embassy in Senegal, because he pretend that Ukraine is involved in the war against Russia in Mali. You understand?
Mhm.
So yeah, he do approve what happened in Mali, and he did it from our country. So as I was telling you at the beginning of my speech, uh, these things need to be clear that Senegal is not a background of Ukraine to attack Mali or to destroy Mali. Senegal is not the background of Western countries to destroy Mali. Okay, so yes, this is why he is talking like that, I think.
Well, good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Senegal will not be the country that will sabotage
Okay. This
basically
is a word.
these countries,
Yeah.
right? But it was actually like maybe a month ago or some time ago, Ousmane Sonko said, that was, I think, the last time we have seen him in public in Dakar University
Yeah.
during the debate that happened. So where he questioned the presence of French military in Senegal. Senegal is a sovereign country, so until when, like the future of foreign French military, until when? And that was, of course, directed to the French government. Now, you know, already Benin and Cote d'Ivoire are the government of Niger talked about it. I think the government of Mali or Burkina Faso also have talked about it in the and they have accused of Benin. Yeah, but definitely Ibrahim Traore mentioned it, and Niger as well. Benin and Cote d'Ivoire are their bases of the French military. They are having a base there basically to train terrorists that are sent to attack in Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, destabilize the region. Now, the same thing also, they didn't say Senegal, but
Never.
Senegal has that foreign military. And Ousmane Sonko said, in fact, maybe if I'm not mistaken, 30% of Dakar is occupied by French military. If I am mistaken, you will correct me. So what is really the assurance that this basis will not be based the same way, will not be used the same way the French government is using the one in Benin and the one in Cote d'Ivoire?
This is a very good question. I don't know. I really don't know. It's possible. Everything is possible. But Ousmane Sonko is giving assurance that, okay, this is not going to happen. So we can believe in his talk, and we need to be careful also and to observe everything these military bases are doing in our country and to be very safe because it can destroy our relationship with Mali and AES. Okay, so this is a very very good point you're talking about, and I do not think about it before this live.
Thank you. I like it. I like the honesty, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna come up and analyze it. So I know you're gonna come up with something. When I say with something, definitely that will explain the situation. Whether how it will affect the thing, this region, because there is a military there.
But what
And
Ousmane Sonko said, he said that we will no longer accept this military basis to stay in Senegal.
but
This is what he said.
isn't it still there?
They are still there, but
And then Diomaye Faye said he
no,
don't want
Diomaye
a
Faye also
sudden
do say
breakout.
that not so quickly, but
Yeah.
from step to step, they will need to go back to their country. And Macron has decided to divide to how can I say, to diminish the number of French military in our country. This is something that France has decided, and you know they will diminish the number of their soldiers in our country. So this is something we are sure, and what I can say at the moment.
Okay. So I know that I did not give you the chance first to reflect your own view on the visit of Ousmane Sonko to Mali. But let me just say very briefly my reflection, and while you share yours, you can also tell me you are wrong or right. Okay.
Go
For
ahead.
me, the whole thing of Ousmane Sonko's visit to Senegal, the way I see it was
To Mali.
to Mali, the way I saw it, after I listened to this kind of speech and briefing, okay, like what is Diomaye Faye trying to do? Because I am very happy that he visited, because this is the first step. Whether we like what he said or not, it's the first step has been made, and I'm very happy with that as an African. But secondly, I have a little disappointments, and I was thinking, okay, what is they're trying to transmit? They means both the ruling party, Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko. Perhaps Diomaye Faye thought that, he's not any more popular. He knows how the African accepts him, but by now they don't see him anymore as a Pan-African. And people are asking, where is Ousmane Sonko? Where is Ousmane Sonko? So by sending Ousmane Sonko, perhaps this kind of culminate, the situation. And of course, with
no, there is a problem.
No, this might be.
Just let me just correct something, please, if you accept it.
Okay.
Ousmane Sonko has decided to go to AES before Diomaye Faye went to this country. Okay. This is the point I want to make clear. Yeah, the talk of Ousmane Sonko saying that he will go to visit Mali, Burkina, and Niger is before Diomaye Faye has decided to go in these countries.
Okay, that's a good point, and you are right. I have read about it.
Yeah.
And also his speech, like, we will not leave our brothers in Mali, Burkina Faso, and things. Okay, Ousmane Sonko said it before, but even if Diomaye Faye wants to go again to this region, I don't think he has that cleanness or something to really look into straight to the eyes of these leaders. My view, okay? It's my view. My view. And now what are the disappointments for me? Because he said, he said, whether it is before power or after, there is nowhere I said that Senegal will join this organization or that organization. I think he means AES, right? And we all have to respect our individual sovereignty. And for me, once you talk about sovereignty, it's like there's no, you are taking out the word unity. So this is my little disappointments. But now I will give you the chance. Take your time. How do you view his visit in Mali?
Yes, but you know what, sister? Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko has done anything to compromise the dynamic of AES. Okay, let us be clear on that. The only things they do is to stay on ECOWAS. Staying on ECOWAS don't mean that we are trying to destroy AES or we are against Mali, we are against Burkina, or we are against Niger. So
Mhm.
I would be disappointed if I see Bassirou Diomaye Faye taking decision that will compromise the effort of Mali, the effort of Burkina to be sovereign. They do not do that. So people are judging them. And I'm asking question, what the hell they did to be considered in this as traitors or something? But they don't do anything. Senegal don't have any problem with ECOWAS. If we decide to stay on ECOWAS, we can defend the interests of Mali inside of ECOWAS. We can defend the interests of Burkina inside of ECOWAS. We can also defend the interests of Niger inside of ECOWAS. Being inside of ECOWAS don't mean that we are traitor, we are betraying.
Mhm.
Do you understand my point? So
Yeah, I definitely understand.
I will be disappointed. I will be mad. I will be angry against them if I see them taking the same decision Macky Sall took to condemn to sanction against Mali, but they do not do that at this moment. So I think that we are very hard. We are very you know we are very really sister, really, because everybody was expecting that, okay, they're going to join IOS. People are disappointed because they don't see them in this way, but it didn't mean that they are not Pan-African if they do not join AES, if they do not join the confederation. Do you understand my point
Yeah.
of view?
Yeah, I definitely understand,
Yeah. So
and
me,
not only me. I think all the audience. Some have questions.
what I'm waiting, you know what, sister, what I'm waiting is
Mhm.
to see Bassirou Diomaye Faye taking decision that will compromise the sovereignty of Mali. I will be the first one who gonna complain from this behavior. You understand? So I'm waiting this point, but just saying, okay, we're gonna stay on ECOWAS. What's the problem? And we're gonna try to negotiate. Negotiating didn't mean that we are trying to destroy Mali. We are trying to destroy Burkina. No, negotiating, you can accept or you can say no, I do not accept. This is the two solutions. But they know. I am sure they already know that this country will not accept to come back inside of ECOWAS. So things are clear now. They tried, they lose. There is not a problem. You understand? They do just give a try. They try, they didn't succeed, but there is not a problem. Mali is still on AES. Burkina is still on AES. Niger is still on AES. Where is the problem?
The thing is that the sentiment that has been before they come to power during their campaign,
Yeah,
what kind of made us to believe that these people,
I don't know.
because they speak the same language in terms of
Yeah,
breaking away from their colonial past. This was the language used by the IES states, and this was kind of the same language in a way
yeah.
with by Ousmane Sonko.
Yeah, people are thinking that they use Pan-Africanism to be elected, and after they, they are hesitating, they are betraying everything they said. No, I don't think they start betraying. When they will start betraying, everything's going to be clear that these guys are betraying. These guys are cheating. You understand me? But at this moment, no. They try. They say we're going to stay on ECOWAS, but we do know that inside of our country that France military bases are in the position to leave our country. They are kicking them out, but slowly, not in the way people are expecting it. I do respect, but in our way. So I do not know where is the problem.
Okay, let me just inject one
Everybody is
question
throwing
from
stone on
the
Senegal,
audience. Okay, let
throwing
me just
stone on Senegal. Senegal are traitor. Senegal. What's happening?
okay. Now, I mean, you have a point. This is why I love to bring you, because it always, I know that now the Diomaye Faye supporters will come at me just like before, but you should be happy, the supporters of Diomaye Faye, that I am asking this question, because
Mm-hmm,
whether I take it or not, it brings some clarity. There are some things new
mm-hmm,
that we
mm-hmm,
know from you.
mm-hmm.
So every time when it's challenged, people who are just supporting on one side should be
Mhm.
happy, then things get clearer. I mean, whether to take it or not. So let me just bring this question since it
Okay,
seems
go ahead. Come on.
because it said, "What the hell Senegal do to sabotage this country?" Okay, so DL from the chat section is asking,
Well,
then what are the trips to France all about?
okay, I do respect this point. Many people do not accept that Bassirou Diomaye Faye to be so close to France. Okay, this is a point I cannot be agreed of. I can respect also, but he can go everywhere he wants. What we are waiting for is to see him taking some decision that are compromising our sovereignty as independent country of Senegal or independent country of Mali, Burkina, or Niger. This is what is important for me. He can go everywhere he wants. He can have relationship he want with everybody. But if I see him taking some decision that are strengthening France, that are strengthening Western countries in our country, so now we'll start my fight. You understand? But at this moment, I will not judge him because I see him traveling to France, and yeah, he can go everywhere he wants. I do not care. I'm just waiting for the time. Is he gonna strengthen France, or he gonna take position to empower colonial countries in Senegal or in Africa?
Yeah, but you know why this question, Sam? Because there is no clear how do you say, note of the agenda or whatever he discussed with President Macron. Or we know
the second trip. No. I do not agree.
Well.
I do not agree. The
Why?
second trip of Bassirou Diomaye Faye, Senegal will organize Jeux Olympic game in Senegal. Okay.
And the first one?
Senegal, the first one is for vaccine. I do not agree of this trip. I think it is a very bad decision. Okay, it's my own opinion. Okay, but the second trip is because Senegal will organize Olympic game. Okay, so the speak he does in this place is about Senegal, is the organization of this Olympic game in Senegal. So it was an opportunity to talk about this organization and to meet people that are going to help us to better organize this Olympic game in Senegal. This is something acceptable, At the first time, I was saying, no, this is too much, First trip, second trip in 1 month, this is not acceptable. But after his speech, I do understand that he is in France because of this Olympic game we will have to organize in a very few years.
Okay, so I will still give you time if you you think you shared all what your view is in terms of Sonko'S visit to Mali.
Yeah, Sonko visit to Mali, I think, is something that we need to be proud of. Okay, I think even if they knew that they made mistake by having some position, I think everybody can do mistake, but we need to accept efforts that are uniting us. This effort to go to Mali is something uniting African people. This is not something dividing African people. So he went there and he has given his flow. He has given his talk saying that Senegal will never be involved in action that are going to destroy Mali or that are going to destroy AES. This is a promise he did to Mali. Okay, so now people will say, okay, you promised it when you went to Mali, so now we will see what's going to happen in the future. So this is a promise that Mali need at the moment. People are doubting that if Senegal is a background for Ukraine to destroy Mali or to attack Mali or to train terrorists in Senegal, and he make it clear. He do give his opinion on the problem, and I do believe that many people now are how can I say rassurés if they was if they afraid, but now they are okay. They're not afraid. People do not afraid now. With Senegal, they know that Mali is not in danger. With Senegal, you understand what I mean?
Yeah. I think it served that person. It served that purpose, because you are saying it kind of assured now
Assurance.
people, yeah, because I didn't see any negative connotation or headline, even
Yeah, yeah.
YouTubes that are coming out. People are more oh, okay, Sonko said this and that. Okay, good, then
It is a good insurance, and he say Mali and Senegal, we have very, very good relationship in the past, and we will still maintain this good relationship between us. So yeah, so I do believe before leaving Mali, he do understand that this country will never join again the ECOWAS. And he said we need to accept the sovereignty and we need to respect the sovereignty of Mali. If they say we do not need to join again ECOWAS, who are we to decide for at their place? So it is in this ways, he said, we have to respect the sovereignty of each of these countries. You understand? People are saying, okay, you Senegal, what the hell do you think that you are more clever than Mali people? You will say, okay, go back to you do mistake, you are child, you don't know what's good for you, but we do know what is better for you. So come back into ECOWAS, and yeah, you see what I. But now
yeah,
he said that
I try, yeah.
he said that now let's respect the sovereignty of Mali. Let them take the decisions they want for their people. We are not their master to tell them what to do for themselves. You understand? And this is something I do like in his speech. I was trying every time to make it clear. Let Mali take decision for themselves. You do not have to. How can I lost the word? So, yeah.
You mean
to violate their
okay.
to violate their decision or to violate their yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bring the video again.
Yeah.
And
Iedereen houdt zijn uren bij in grip. We weten ook precies hoeveel uren er zijn geschreven.
Yeah.
The ongoing crisis between ECOWAS and the recently launched Confederation of the Alliance of Sahel States, Sonko had this brief remark to make. ECOWAS has very poorly managed these considerations, and if it was our regime that was in power at the time when this was happening, we would have firmly vetoed it, and there would never have been an embargo against Mali coming from Senegal. Then from the Prime Minister's office, Ousmane Sonko.
You see, so yeah. Senegal will never decide to send our military to go and fight against AES as Macky Sall was ready to do. So this is a good insurance we're giving to AES. You understand me? We are not going to take sanction against them, and we will never send our soldiers and to say to restore democracy, crazy things like that.
Maybe the questions will get more and more, so I might forget. So really, thank you very much. We have a very good engagement in the chat section, people who are watching. So let me just bring this question. Now, what are the actions? It's to you, of course, for Fana. What actions are Sonko and Faye taking to support the statement that they are separating from France, in quotation, gradually? Are frequent visits to France part of that gradual separation?
I told you that we are into conflict with France. You know what? Our natural resources, there is a map that show where are our natural resources, and we do ask to France to give us this map. They refuse to give us this map. They say no, they will not give us this map, and they will take it. So there is a conflict. So
let me stop you there now, just for clarity.
Yeah.
So the map of where it tells you where are the natural resources of Senegal
Yeah,
are in the hands of France.
in the hand of France, and
Because they have the technology. Like how the government.
there's a map. There's a map. They do know better our countries than ourselves. So we do ask for that map, and they refuse to give us the map. And there is a conflict, but not a very big conflict. But there is a conflict, a little conflict like that, you know. And in France, foreign companies didn't pay tax, and we do insist to make them pay tax in Senegal, not in France. They in the past they was paying the tax in France, not in Senegal. So Senegal, we was losing a big amount of money, but when they come, they say, okay, now you will pay your tax in Senegal, not in France. You see? And what else? We are negotiating our natural resources, and we said we will give a contract to someone who gonna do better proposal. Okay, that's the reason why France refused to give us this map, because this is something that France that was belonging to France from many years ago. You understand? But now we are negotiating all the contract, all natural resources contract, and we want to give contract to those who do better proposal. You understand? So this is a little things like that that people don't know. You understand? And in the habits of African countries, when you are elected, you go to France and ask for finance support to be able to pay your people, your workers in the administration.
You mean those who were previously colonized by France?
Yeah, this is something they don't do. They do not ask any support to France to be able to continue to pay salaries, because Macky Sall leaves Senegal in the situation that Senegal was collapsed. To resume it, okay. And they are doing their best with tax, with things like that, with negotiating our natural resources contracts, and it's going to to loan money from World Bank or FME institution like that, but not going to knock the door of France saying, okay, give us support because we need your help. We have irritated to a collapsed country, so now let be together again. And okay, you see, this is something they do not do. They could do it, and they could receive money from France, and this would compromise the effort of sovereignty in our country, but they do not do that. So they are little things like that people do not understand better, but they are doing step by step. Okay, I told you that France is controlling more than 50% of our economy. So in the, how can I say, tourism, they are there. In natural resources, contracts are from are controlled by them. In communication, France companies are taking control of this sector. What else? Water, they are providing water to our people. Everything, construction of road, construction of path, les routes. Okay, it's a French companies that are involved in these sectors. Everything I told you, everything is in the hand. Insurance is French companies that are still. Yes, in this sector. So you cannot come and say, okay, we're gonna cancel everything and start from zero. This is something that would be hard for them to support. So they need to do step by step if they want to succeed. You understand?
I understand, because these are the things, these are the 11 colonial tax pacts that when these French colonies, I'm also explaining it for our audiences in case if there's someone who don't know, these colonial taxes are, although by paper these countries were given independent, that has been called independent, but practically they are not independent, because most of the things I mean, you can Google it, and I think we made a video also here. I can maybe share it. The 11 colonial tax components
Yeah.
all of them, that will force those countries, their defense thing, business, most things are controlled by France, and also their money, their economy. France has the first say in these French colonies. The first say whenever there is a contract is to be given.
Yeah.
After France says that they don't want it, only at that time it is given to another company that's not French company. Otherwise, France has the ultimate, the first say in this one. If France don't want it only, so there's no bid or something. It's completely automatically given to France. This I understand. Okay, but what I don't understand is how come the country do not have its own geological map? And somebody also asked, can't they have it? Can't they make it? Sorry, you were muted. Okay.
African administration don't work as it might be, Normally, there should be a document like that somewhere. But this is the document that France is taking control of. And this is not something, safe for our sovereignty. So yeah, this is what going on, and it's a real matter. You can check it into internet, and yeah, our minister of the sector was complaining, saying that okay, it's not normal that France is refusing to give us this map because it belongs to us. It's our map, it's our resources, so we should be given opportunity to have the document. But they do not do that. They refuse, And the tradition was the first trip of the president is to go in France. Bassirou Diomaye Faye didn't do that. He went to more than 5 African countries before going to France. The tradition was the first trip from our country should be the priority should be given to France. This is some details like that, very important that yes, but it's not a very big decision they are taking at this moment, but from step to step they are doing their best, I think.
But there are some good points that has been said. First of all, because many ask how come Senegal don't do this and don't do that. And in terms of, I just remember now after I asked you that the fact that France is having the natural resources map, the same thing happened to Niger. And Niger, it was not with natural resource, but yeah, the location where the terrorists are. Okay, that location they don't have it. So one might ask also, how come they don't have it? Okay, but they didn't have it. Later on, the president came and explained it. Okay, that was the main reason. I think they wanted to kick out the US military or something. That was the reason. So many of the countries that used to be French colonies, most of the things you would not believe. So from the questions that I see in the chat section, if you see, really go and read it, that colonial tax pact that these countries have signed with France, you would think that are these countries even independent? Why are they called independent?
They are not independent.
But having said that, I'm going to add one point here. If I always have a problem to reload the chats once if they are gone. But somebody commented, you cannot ask like for he or she is putting it like a slave master to release you. You have to break away. You cannot basically ask them because they want to keep that. So the solution is to break away.
Yeah, to break away, but in which way? In which way? If we break away from very bad ways, so it will compromise every effort they are doing to stabilize the country. So you need to be wise. You need to be very wise. And okay, this is what I want to say. What we all want is to see things going faster and faster. But yeah, there is things we cannot how can I say, we cannot control. Okay, there are some things they are controlling in our country. This is the case. How can we do? We cannot force them. We try to force them to give us the map, they refuse. There are many things like that they are controlling in our country. If you say that you will take it from their hand, they will do sabotage. I don't know, do you know sabotage? If I cannot give you something good, I destroy it before giving it to you. You understand what I mean? They did it in Guinea. When Guinea said, okay, we want to kick out France, they destroy everything they can in this country to compromise every effort of development of Guinea. So this is a historical, reality that we do live in Guinea. So from this example and what's happening in Mali, terrorism, when you say when you kick out the army, terrorism starting, so terrorism start in your country. There are many things we do understand, we do know that happens when you decide to take some decision. So that's the reason why you, to protect your country, to protect your people, sometimes you need to be very wise.
Well, I have a lot of things to say, but I want to go back to the topic that we started. So somebody said, but I'm just taking like kind of trying to take a little from
Question.
here, because it's a lot. The engagement is crazy.
Crazy,
I
nice.
love it. People do engage. So
Do comment, ask your question, and share the video, please.
Yes.
Share this live.
Okay, that is also possible. Okay, I'm also carried away with these things. Was it Dejuma who said, it goes fast, it escaped me.
Yeah, share the live.
Mali literally hacked the data, their data back from the French military. They hacked it.
Thanks to Russia. We need to precise that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thanks to Russia.
You have to choose your ways. We heard at some point Diomaye Faye saying we can choose our own friends, and yes, we can work with Russia.
You know what? It's very difficult in Senegal. We have United States of America in Senegal, and we have France in Senegal. Senegal is a very complicated country. So yeah, there is a United States military bases in Senegal. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is if you want to bring Russia, this will be a very big conflict in Senegal.
Well, Niger did it. I mean, I said it last
time. It's not
time.
the same.
Senegal has the best example in a way how it is done, because these three countries have done it. Niger had the 2 military bases. The US military, I don't know in Burkina Faso and Mali, but in Niger, there was actually the biggest drone base.
When do Niger has taken this decision? When he decided to be into into alliance, okay? Because they know that they are not alone. They are with Mali, they are with Burkina. So now they are strong enough to to kick out American military bases. If Senegal took this decision, we are alone.
No, the talk started before their alliance. They when they came to power, they will break away.
As they said, they will break away, but they didn't take any decision going in this way. They took the decision when they decide to be in the alliance.
Well, then it's very easy. Let Senegal join the alliance.
This is my hope. This is what I am praying
for the country to take back its natural resource. If that is what it costs us, then
this is what this is my prayers. This is my prayers. This is my hope. I really hope that Senegal will join this alliance. But I know I am very skeptic that Bassirou Diomaye Faye gonna do that. I don't know. Maybe he can surprise us, but I do not think so. Yeah, so let's try to to prevent our Pan-African our Pan-African, how can I say it, missions. You know what I mean? Yeah. So but I do not think really that Bassirou Diomaye Faye will join the alliance.
Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Okay, good
The
point.
hacking
Let's
was
leave it
done by
there.
Malians themselves, not Russian. It is problematic mindset to think that African can. Bro, yes, I do not know. De Juma Boutique. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I know that Russia did a lot to help Mali. They have, how do you call satellite? Satellite? You call it satellite?
Satellite, yeah.
Satellite. Yeah. They help Mali to have a satellite to control their communications. This is something that Russia do, and I do got the information. Maybe you do not have the information, that's why you're saying that. But Russia do help Mali in technology, in the technological way, and in satellite in satellite protection also. So this is real information I'm giving to you. I'm not doubting on African capacity to, no. I'm Pan-African. I do believe in African efforts. I do believe in African intelligence. And I do believe in all of this as you believe it. So I don't think we are having confusion on that.
No, just to make it clear, I was trying to find a link of your channel, and I want to share it here.
Okay.
Case Fofana has been, how I know him is actually when a long time before this Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko came to power. I knew him when he was, before even I knew about Ousmane Sonko, he was advocating on daily basis. This man did not take a rest, on daily basis, for the release of Ousmane Sonko, for bringing all what Macky Sall was doing. In fact, as the rest of us Africans but non-Senegalese, I might say you were taken by surprise when Diomaye Faye came to picture. So he was really fighting. K-Spaf was fighting for Ousmane Sonko. So the difference between the two, it's another topic for another day. Now I want to bring this video. If there is anything, I'm gonna share the comment or the question here.
Okay.
Sonko headed to the presidential palace at Kuluba, where he met transitional President Colonel Assimi Goïta, and personally delivered Senegal's condolences to the Malian authorities following the July 25 to July 27, 2024 Tinzawatan attack that left a number of Malian soldiers and Wagner fighters dead. And in the media briefing that he held at the palace some moments after their discussions that also touched on strengthening cooperation links between Mali and Senegal, particularly in the political and economic fields, this is what he had to say. Allow me to bow in memory of all our Malian brothers who fell on the field of honor a few days ago. Which I present on behalf of President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, on my behalf, on behalf of the government, and on behalf of all the Senegalese people who reiterated our most sincere and saddened condolences. As I said, Mali and Senegal are one and the same people. We share so many things that we cannot list them here. That is why when such an event occurs in Mali, it is as if it had occurred in Senegal. I presented to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Assimi Goïta, all our condolences. I thank the Malian people for their welcome today through the Prime Minister, His Excellency Choguel Kakala Maiga, the gentleman who welcomed us very well since we got off the plane with almost the entire government, and allowed us to have a working session before being received today by the President of the Republic.
This working session,
this interview with the President was very informative.
I think this working session is something very important for Ousmane Sonko. It will help him to better understand what's happening in Mali. So that's why I was saying that this is a good effort. We should be happy. We should promote, and we should be proud of. Okay, I do know that there are many. How can I say it? There are There are many things that Ousmane Sonko may not know as Mali do know, as Burkina, or as they do not know what's really happening. So if they do this work session, it will help them to take decision to protect Mali or to strengthen the sovereignty of Mali. This is good, and we should give a try to this kind of action.
Okay, yeah, the first step is that he came, but okay, so let's continue. Actually, this is where I wanted.
It allowed us to review all the current issues to discuss in an open manner, not in a formal or solemn manner, but as brothers, because as I said, when I come here, I am at home and I come to speak to brothers.
Yeah, you can believe.
We spoke without filter, as they say, to discuss the major issues of the day, both at the national level in Senegal and in Mali, as well as in the much broader framework of what is happening in the sub-region and in the world. So I particularly want to be satisfied with this meeting, which has allowed us, and I believe, as we have always done between Senegal and Mali, to better bring our positions closer together. Mr. Prime Minister.
Okay, now this is where I want you to listen good and also hear our people.
Okay.
Yeah, this man is asking a question, very important.
Public opinion thinks that you are increasingly changing your discourse towards the countries of the AES. Are you maintaining your Pan-Africanist discourse?
The question is clear, eh?
No.
Is it clear? You have heard him? He
No.
said, are you, the public thinks, the public people think that you are changing your discourse when it comes to AES.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear what Ousmane Sonko say.
You know, if there is something that we must avoid, it is putting emotions at the forefront of everything. The issues that we manage are extremely serious issues. I will never be criticized. They will never release a single statement that I made before that differs from the statements that I made today. Our position has been very clear from the beginning. When we began to take a position on these issues, there was not yet the AES. There was only what happened in each of the countries today considered to be members of the AES.
That's true.
When it happened in Mali, we were the first as opponents to denounce it. And we continue to firmly denounce the embargo that was imposed on Mali by brother countries, and unfortunately among which our own country participated. I had denounced it on behalf of my party. I continue to denounce it. And as I said, under our regime, this kind of practice will never be able to prosper, and no one will go from Senegal to either destabilize Mali or our brother country, or impose sanctions of this nature on it.
Okay. This is nice talk, nice speech. Your mic.
Okay, so very interesting point. The last one, the very last statements where he said, I and my party have been against. He didn't say my government. The very last I'm talking about, the very last statements.
Yeah, because the question was, his speech is changing. He is trying to answer to this question. The past speech and the recent speech, and he precised that he never says something that is changing today. It's what he's trying to make people to understand. So
but I don't think the person who asked him was meant really asking, oh, when he said your discourse, I don't think he was like you, Ousmane Sonko, but I think
we have Ousmane Sonko in front, so he cannot ask a question to anybody, somebody else. So the question is, no, sister, let's accept it. He is asking question to Ousmane Sonko, who was into a position. He said, when you were into a position, your speech is changing from when you are in the government. He's responding to this question. He's answering to this question. The question is not for Bassirou Diomaye Faye. The question is for Ousmane Sonko. What is changing? He never said that we will leave ECOWAS. He never said that. He never said that we will join AES. He never said that too. So what is changing? What is changing really? Because you are trying to make Mali, Burkina, and Niger avoid the effort to leave ECOWAS. This is the only things they do. What is changing in the plan or in the speech? Nothing. Let us be clear. What? Tell me. Because you are traveling and you are going to France, this is a chance. let give me the real argument. I don't know if we call it argument, but okay. Let me understand. Help me to understand what is changing.
It changed in a sense. I mean, it's a given reality. It's a fact that when you have a foreign military next to you, not next to you, or you are hosting, and that country is a neighbor and it's in the region. And we know what the interest of France is, not only in Senegal, but also in the region, in the Sahel states. They want to destroy these people. They want to change the whole regime in Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger. So, and the way they have been using is that they take either they put the neighbor countries, they use them as to sabotage the next country, or they provide weapons to rebels in your country. They do whatever they can.
And they use, I do believe that they use Senegal to succeed in it in the past.
What is the assurance that they will not use
Ousmane Sonko's speech? We can trust him. I can trust him. He said it clearly. So if we see the opposite, okay, let's be on live and talk about it.
Do you think you have something in common with the alliance of, when I say you, Senegal, have something in common, this ruling party with the alliance of the Sahel states?
Something in common?
Yeah, like in the way that they are driving their country.
We have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Our need to be
politically,
but our fight to be independent. I think, yeah, they said that the issue they are facing in this government is to try to give back independence to Senegal. Okay? The most important, how can I say, topic for this government is sovereignty. Le maître mot, if I say it in French, le maître mot, ça veut dire le mot, the slogan. Le slogan de leur régime, the slogan of the regime is sovereignty. And Mali is fighting for its sovereignty. Burkina is fighting for the sovereignty, and Niger also is fighting for sovereignty. What is different?
So do you personally, okay, let me bring it now to personal. Do you personally believe the way this ruling party is handling to break away from its colonial past is the right way?
I do not agree with their way of doing. Okay? If I was in the place of Bassirou Diomaye Faye, I would kick out in a very few days. I will kick out French military bases in my country. I would do this. I would do it as a first step. Okay, France CFA leaving our currency. This is a project. This is a issue in their program before being elected. This is something Mali didn't do. This is something Burkina didn't succeed. This is something Niger didn't succeed yet. This is an issue that they write in their program before being president. And we are waiting for them to succeed on giving us our own currency. So, yeah, we are in the fight. We do not avoid everything because we are now in power. We do not care about everything we said in the past. No. Senegalese are observing. Senegalese are Pan-African too. Pan-African are not only in Mali, Burkina, and Niger, and there's no Pan-African in Senegal. Let's stop this kind of thinking. People do think that in Senegal there is no Pan-African. In Senegal there is
if you say that if it was us for you, then the best way to get independent and the way, because France has been present for the past 60 years in Senegal, even if they say that Senegal is an independent country. So the only way to deal, I mean, I don't think Niger, Mali, or Burkina Faso did not, these three countries, if they could have done it in can I say in a peaceful way? I don't think the word is right.
Sister, they are military.
To break away, they just have to tell them.
Sister, they are politicians. They are not. They don't have the courage of Assimi Goïta, the courage of Ibrahim Traoré. They are politicians. They are civilians. They are, in Mali, Burkina, Mali, they are soldiers. They are ready to fight against terrorism, but terrorism is something Bassirou Diomaye Faye afraid of. Terrorism is something that Ousmane Sonko afraid of. Do you think they have solution against terrorism if this terrorism start in Senegal? No. It is something that can afraid them to have terrorism in our country. But yes, they are military. They are used to fight. They are used to face this kind of situation in the fighting field. You understand me? So in our country, we don't have military. We don't have courage of Assimi Goïta. We do not have. It's my point of view. Okay, I say it very honestly. Okay, I do think that Ousmane Sonko and Bassirou Diomaye Faye do not have. They are not showing, they are not showing the courage of Assimi Goïta. They are not showing the courage of Ibrahim Traoré.
Because they don't have the military background.
Yeah. They do not have the military background and formation. Okay, teaching.
At least it proves one of my points that I have been saying when these Sahel states got the revolution. I always say, there is bad coup and good coup. So in fact, those who are really determined they comes from the military in a coup way. So and right now the military, all the technology and everything, the training, all is how do you say, led and owned by the French government in these French colony countries.
But the situation need this kind of solution because they was facing terrorism. Politicians couldn't solve the problem, so they do have military who are resolving the problem. In Senegal, we do not have terrorism, thanks to God. They are politicians in the power. So they are trying to prevent our country from terrorism. They are trying to make us sovereign from step to step. But let us follow and let us see how it's going to bring to us. What it's going to bring.
You have seen it for more than 60 years. Senegal has seen it. And many other countries in Africa have seen it. This kind of electoral democracy is not the way to give us our independence.
Never in our country, our young people has given their life for the change as we did with Macky Sall. So we are not crazy. We do know what we want. That's why we were ready to give our life for the change. So this is something we will observe, and this is something we will never forget. Okay?
Are Senegalese satisfied with what is going on? What does it say in general for the past 3-4 months?
In general, there is changing administration. They are trying. Okay, as I told you, if you are soldier and if you come to power thanks to coup d'etat, you can fire everybody you want. But okay, you send him to Tambakunda, you replacing people, you are trying to, you understand what I mean? You cannot fire people like you want, you cannot do everything you want because there is law, there are many things you need to respect. This is what is slowing our expectations.
So perhaps maybe our problem is in general. I'm not saying only Senegal is this electoral democracy. That's when
There's a
we
very
get
good
soft with you, with as they say here, the slave master, or with our colonizers, our IMF or World Bank, anyone in that category. That doesn't work.
I agreed with you. You are right. You are right. This way of doing in our country is not a solution. We African young generation, we want to be sovereign in a very few years. So in Senegal is very slowing down our efforts. I do regret that, but here is the thing: how can we do?
Okay, let me just bring you back. Maybe it's a final thing. I have heard you. Okay, what is wrong? What that Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko have done? They are not against the formation of IES, and we are just saying we will stay. Like when you say I'm quoting you, we are just saying we are staying in ECOWAS. And what's the problem? Do you think that you personally, because you personally? Is it better for Senegal to stay in ECOWAS? Do you think ECOWAS is a group of Pan-Africans, like
No.
all who see things from the African perspective?
No, not a group of Pan-African. A group of traitors. Okay, and what I think is that the fact that Senegal still taking place into ECOWAS can help Mali in the taking decisions. Okay, can help Burkina in taking decisions. Can take also Niger at the time of taking decision. This can be a good opportunity. I will give you an example. We say UN is a criminal organization. People need to leave UN, but when it comes to take decision, their decision is something that apply for every countries. You understand what I mean? If they take sanction against one country, if you accept UN or if you don't accept UN, if you agreed with UN or if you do not agree, this sanction is going to be applied. You understand? So it is the same as ECOWAS. If ECOWAS decide today to impose visa to put visa for AES countries, how can they do? This is something that every country will apply. This is not something that's going to help them. This is something that will make their life harder than it is today. So this kind of decision, having Senegal, can prevent Mali from facing this kind of situation, can prevent AES to face this kind of situations. I think that the Senegal staying into ECOWAS, in my perspective, is not a good thing, but it can be a good thing for these countries, maybe.
Okay, one final question. You personally, from what you have seen, you have been in this fighting, for a Pan-African leader to come to power, and that person was Ousmane Sonko. Have you expected that if he was the president, not Diomaye Faye, will join IES?
This is a very complicated question because we say Diomaye is Sonko, Sonko is Diomaye. If I say no, I am I am compromising this match. You know what I mean? They are matching.
It was said by who?
before
Diomaye
electing
Ousmane.
Bassirou Diomaye Faye, we do make our people to believe that Sonko is Diomaye and Diomaye is Sonko. They have the same project, they have the same program. So electing Bassirou Diomaye Faye is electing Ousmane Sonko. Okay.
So that's the kind of statement that that was used to convince people.
Yeah. This is what we use to convince people.
But that says a lot by itself, because the fact that this kind of statement is needed to really insert that in people's mind, they know that there is a difference already between these two people. My view. But yeah, continue.
Each of us, we have our own style, we have our own way of doing things. We cannot copy to each other perfectly. Okay. So yes, Diomaye is not Sonko, Sonko is not Diomaye, because I think that they have different style, they have different temperament. I don't know how do you call temperament in English, but like temperature. You understand me maybe?
Yeah, like courage.
Temper.
Okay, temper.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe if Ousmane Sonko was president, yeah, I do believe that things maybe should be different. Temperament. Okay, temperament. Okay, this is a word. Yeah, but now we have Diomaye for 5 years. We should try to make things happening, even if it is step by step. But we cannot lose these 5 years. Okay, we have to do something good for Pan-African issue in these 5 years. So Bassirou Diomaye Faye had decided to do things step by step. Let's follow his way of doing. What can we do? We cannot pray for coup d'etat. We cannot pray for coup d'etat in Senegal. What can we do rather than waiting?
As I said, there are good coup d'etats and bad coup d'etats. And what happened in your neighbors 3 countries was a good one.
If there is a coup d'etat in Senegal, France will put the one who will lead our country. We will never pray for coup d'etat in Senegal. Senegal was the town of AOF, Afrique Occidentale Française. The city, Senegal, in the past was, how can I say capital?
Yeah, capital is capital.
Yeah, Senegal was a capital of French colonial countries. You understand me? Senegal is different to all these countries. Their system is more strong in Senegal than all the countries in the world, in Africa. The French system.
I read this actually, that
you do not know.
Senegal is like...
Senegal is different to Mali. Senegal and Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, are the big colonial countries of France from the past to today. Okay, so what's happening in Mali can happen in Mali. What's happening in Burkina can happen in Burkina. But in Senegal, taking the same way, we can give opposite solution than one we seeing in this country. Can give a very surprise. Yes. You understand?
Yeah. No, I follow you. I understand.
Some Senegalese elite have similar mindset as Cameroonian elite. They have love. No. This is an insult. No. This is an insult for Senegalese people. I did my studies in Senegal and I come to France to do my master degree. Okay, I believe that in our countries there are people who love Africa. There are people who love Pan-Africanism, and there are people who are ready to die for the interest of Africa. So I am one of these guys, and don't judge people because of those who are betraying the Pan-Africanism of the Pan-African issue.
But the comment is for elites.
Yeah. But yeah, we are not people that love France. We do not care about France. Okay, we want our sovereignty, and we will fight for our sovereignty. If Bassirou Diomaye Faye cannot do the fight, we will wait until Ousmane Sonko came to continue our fight for our sovereignty. This is right.
Okay, I keep on saying final, and I keep you. I'm sorry, and
No,
I'm
no
really,
problem. No problem.
I'm thankful that you are really on board and you
No,
are not
no
pressured
problem.
with the time. I know this history. I'm sure you know this history where around the independence time, where the Mali Empire, the
L'Empire du Mali.
first independent presidents, they tried to set up, and there was Mali, Senegal, and was there one other country? Was it Togo? So Senegal, actually, after forming it, after a month, Senegal has withdrawn, led by Senghor, and because they wanted to protect their individual sovereignty. And of course, history tells us that France kind of changed their mind, so they wanted to continue to be loyal to France. So they quit the Mali Empire. So Mali just left by itself. And they changed the name from Mali Empire. So since there was no one, now Mali Republic.
Senghor was a traitor.
No,
Yeah,
but
this
for
is the
me,
truth.
after 6 decades, it kind of what we saw. I'm not concluding Senegal sabotaged this and that, but again, you cannot say why people are expecting Senegal to join IES. I mean, it seems that it's going to that direction. But again, by saying when Diomaye Faye paid a visit to Mali and Burkina Faso and kind of assured it, oh, we are not joining IES, we will remain in ECOWAS or CEDEAO. Wow, again, they repeated that time in history.
But he don't say it. He don't say we will never join IAS. He don't say that.
Now you're saying something different, for fun.
No. I do believe. I believe that Bassirou Diomaye Faye, we will not join IAS because of what I'm seeing. But Ousmane Sonko didn't say we will never join IAS. He didn't say that in his talk, right? So why I'm saying that, it is that I'm hoping that when Ousmane Sonko will be president, maybe we can have Senegal joining AES. So if I heard Ousmane Sonko saying we will never join AES, so I will lost any hope I have to see Senegal join AES in these 10 years, incoming 10 years. You understand me? But I still believe that maybe with Ousmane Sonko into presidents, yeah, maybe we can have a different way of doing.
There is a question for you there.
Why don't you open up your port to the AES? It was Macky Sall who decided to close our port to IAS, not Ousmane Sonko and not Bassirou Diomaye Faye. This is something that happens before Ousmane Sonko and Bassirou Diomaye Faye came. So now there is no problem for using our port. I do believe there is no problem today. But Mali has decided to go and use the port of Guinea. They are using the port of Guinea because Macky Sall has decided to close our ports. But today, if they want to use the port of Senegal, I do not think that there should be a problem for that.
Okay, I think that's
Curtis, I hope that I do answer your question.
Yeah, so I think, if we don't call it an end, it will continue. Yeah. So before you leave, I know I always ask when you come every time, what do you think of Ousmane Sonko and Diomaye Faye? Should we still continue to doubt that they are not on the same page? or you think you have got more evidence to tell us?
Let's doubt, because doubting is good for preventing surprise. Okay, let's continue to doubt. Okay, but before condemning, let us see something very clear before condemning. If we see them taking decision against Mali, let's condemn it. If we see them trying to destroy AES, let's condemn them. But at this moment, at this time, we do not have anything to condemn them. It's my thinking. You understand? But let's continue to doubt. Let's continue to watch out. Okay.
Okay. I take that. I mean, I take that with all cautious. And I understand. Okay, so I think we should say really thank you very much for Case Fofana for being with us this long and answering our questions, try to clarify whether we accept it or not. He tried, and I think.
But sister, let me make something clear. I am not a part of the government of Bassirou Diomaye Faye or Ousmane Sonko. I am a Pan-African. I am having a same issue that all Pan-African. Okay, our issue is to make our countries to be sovereign. So I am trying to answer. My word are not the word of the government. My thinking is not the thinking of the government. It is my own thinking. Don't put the responsibility of my speech to Bassirou Diomaye Faye or to Ousmane Sonko. It is my own responsibility. Everything I say here is my own thinking, is my opinion, is my responsibility. I just want this to be clear.
Thank you very much, Case Fofana, and thank you very much, all of you who have been here. Usually, I really love to connect with the audience, calling their names, but it's really a lot. We have had up to 90 people on chat at different times. I mean, live. I know that might seem a small number for big channels like you people watching in thousands, but for me,
this is a very nice audience.
When people engage. So Dejuma said, I appreciate your responses. You did your best. And everyone, thank you. I was so grateful. And as well.
I hope they understood.
Continue to bring you whenever we see some kind of thing.
So I am hoping that they understood. My English is not is very poor. So
it was
I
very
try
good.
my best.
I don't think I speak any better than that or anything. So I don't ask every time, oh, do you understand my English? So this is good. It's not my first language. That's my excuse. I'm trying my best.
This is not your first language?
No.
Okay.
It's my native language. Amharic for Ethiopia is my first language. So.
But you speak this language at school? You learn this language at school?
I got it from school. Yes, and with all the studies, so it continued like that.
Okay.
Not like you guys. You get French and Wolof all together. Eh?
Yeah. No, not French. We do not learn Wolof at school.
At all.
No, not at all.
I should have shared that comment. Somebody was saying, do you have Arabic in your school, in your national?
Yeah, in secondary school.
And why not Wolof? In the very beginning, somebody commented like that.
He's right. But Ousmane Sonko, in the program of Ousmane Sonko and Bassirou Diomaye Faye, they plan to make the learn of Wolof from primary school to happen since primary school.
Yeah, look, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Now you cannot escape because they have set the bar very high, so that you cannot escape. Oh, we are trying these little things. You can't. We have seen how it is done, and when it is done, that it can be done in a way that complete.
No, really, we are very proud of Mali, Burkina, and Niger. and we
let
we
me
are
give you an opportunity, your message to the audience, and even from people from the Sahel countries and to the Pan-Africans. What's your message?
Okay, today I'm so proud. I'm so proud of Mali. I'm so proud of Burkina. I'm very proud of Niger. And my hope is to see Senegal being drive in this way. But okay, we are still expecting that it will take time, but it's going to happen. And yes, you know, we are not people that are jealous of Mali, jealous. No, we are hoping the best for these countries, okay? Because they make us proud as Black people, you know. This is a fight that every African country must done, but it's done by these three countries. They are making us proud, and yeah, we are praying for Assimi Goïta, we are praying for Ibrahim Traoré, we are praying for General Chani, and we hope that in Senegal, we will make you proud as you are proud from this country. Okay, this is what I wanted to say, and it is every time, everywhere, always a great pleasure to be here, because I know they are very big Pan-African in this channel, and I will ask them to support you, because you are doing a very huge job to make African people understand what's happening everywhere, thanks to one channel. You are bringing news from everywhere, from people who speaks French to people who speaks English. This is an opportunity I was praying for, and you are bringing it. I'm very thankful, and I'm praying for you. I am felicit. Okay, I'm congratulating you for this good job you're doing, and to try to make our people being together, or understand the issue of every country. So God bless you. Continue like that, and I will support every time I can, and I will come every time I will can. I will do it. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you all. Really, please continue to engage in the comment section, and please go ahead. And so I see a lot of new names. Usually we have our own little family here, like the Juma Buti, God, Child of God, Yoruba Land, Patricia, Curtis Edwards. Welcome back. It has been long. Jaren, WS Banker. I really like to connect with these people. Bonds to Big Well, Micah. I'm sure I will miss a lot. Tanzan, also that's a long time. Welcome, Paymore. All of you, DL. Thank you all for your engagements. Please subscribe to the channel. Give it thumbs up if you like it. If you think what we bring you is really informative enough, that you have learned something from it, so please give it thumbs up and share the video with others. Do not keep the information and knowledge to yourself. That's not the reason we are here. We want you to share it, and it will also help us, the YouTube algorithm. And if you can, please support us through our PayPal account, also through the super chat and super thanks. I'm not that tech savvy, but I know the PayPal works really good. So please, you can support us any amount with that. And until next time, thank you, my brother Case Fofana, and all of you. Ciao, ciao.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Goodbye.